Okay, here Super C Star versus Natalia Jose. Okay, they played the King's Pawn opening. Their Knight F3, threatening the pawn on E5. Okay, now Knight C6, defending the pawn. Bishop C4. If Black moved Bishop C5, then it will be the Italian game. Instead, Black chose Knight F6. It's a two knights defense. Actually, the good move here is Knight G5, threatening the pawn on F7. Since uh, there's no threat on G5, since the knight is blocking. Okay, here the Italian game, castling, then D3. Okay, this is gonna be a symmetrical D6. Okay, Knight D5. He wants to exchange the knights. Knight D5. Okay, Black has options here. You can move Bishop E6. Okay, captured Bishop D5. Bishop G4, pinning the knight. H3, beating the bishop. Bishop takes F3, Queen takes, then I think Knight D4. After Knight D4, of course, White will be forced to retreat to D1, so he can defend the C2 pawn. Then after that, Black can move C6. Okay, Black chose Queen D7. Queen D7. Okay, Queen G3. Okay, threatening Bishop H6. Threatening Bishop H6. If Black goes G6, then his rook will be captured. Of course, that's the only move in order for him to prevent the mate. So I think the better move for uh, Black here is Knight D4, threatening fork on E2. Okay, no, not that. Knight D4 is better. Bishop H6, then of course there are no other solutions except for G6. G6, then Bishop takes F8, Rook takes. Bishop takes F2. It does it doesn't do anything. It just got worse. So yeah, earlier is better move is Knight to D4, the threat of fork. Okay, Black resigned because she can't find any good continuation. Okay, here Georgina Kate versus Kyle Jose 24. Okay, Black is a pawn up, but doubled pawns. Queen D3, threatening the pawn on D4. Then and the pawn after White captures the pawn on D4, he will be threatening the pawn on D6, the isolated pawn, and Black's pieces are inactive. Okay, d5. No, better if she didn't capture the pawn. Queen takes d5, then now black was able to defend the d4. Queen a6, threatening the pawn on a7. I think rook a8. Okay, d3. Okay, okay, that's also good. Pushing the pass pawn. Okay, what if queen takes a7, d2, rook d1, rook c8? But I don't know if that will be good. d2, rook d1. I think rook e8 is the better one. But then rook e8 if sorry, rook e8 if king f1, then queen d3. Think queen a4, defending the rook on d1. If queen a4, rook e1, king h1 g. Okay, queen a4, rook e1. Okay, I think rook e1 there. Queen b8, check, king h7. Okay, that's good. Oh, okay, we're back. Hey, what happened? White was able to survive. Okay. White White became winning. Okay, here Risible Knight versus Lucky Chess 66. Knight e7. Okay, that's good. Bishop e3. Then knight bd2. Here is Kyrie.
Yay! Meron siyang pula dun. Kala ko si Gamer.
Okay. Bishop h5. In case that okay, c takes d4.
Ito yung queen. Pupunta ako dun.
Okay, queen c8. Knight c4. Queen a4, threatening d5, but I don't think that's gonna work. Because after maybe d5, black will just go bishop f7. If white captures, they take c6, then knight takes c6. Okay, bishop takes f3, knight takes f3, but you just help white to develop his knight on d2. So then later, white will go rook ac1, then rook fd1. Okay, queen b8. Okay, d5, then knight d4. The threat is knight e6. Okay, black will go b5, so he can unpin. Okay, b5, then queen b5, c takes d5 takes, then knight f5. Sorry, knight f5. Queen b3, c takes d5, e takes d5, knight f5, then bishop d6, then castling. Okay, queen c2. Okay, if c takes d5, e takes, knight takes, queen e4, check, knight e7. Okay, then black will have a hard time to develop his pieces. Queen c2, yeah, okay. Threatening the pawn on c6. I think better is c takes d5, e takes, then knight g6, then bishop e7, then castling. Oh, queen c6. A huge blunder by white. He thought that black will move king f7. Then he will have a huge lead in development. But no, his queen just captured by knight. Okay, it takes d5, then knight e7, threatening the pawn on d5. Okay, okay, then maybe I think instead of knight e7, knight e5 is better since you have a whole queen. So act like a bully. Knight c6, then knight e5. If knight takes, f takes, then bishop d6. It will be a easy game for black. Okay. Uh, I don't know what's the point of continuing, but let's see. Rook f d1, rook a c8. Okay, rook f d1. Black will just go knight f5. Yeah. Okay. We all know that there's no point of continuing this game. Knight e7. Ah, yeah, still better is knight e5. Rook f d1, then knight f5, then bishop d6. Castles. That will be an easy game for black. Maybe then later, maybe with okay, queen d8, threatening the pawn on d5. Because if later, okay, white moves d6, c takes d6, c takes d c takes d6, bishop f4, then d5. Or after bishop f4, knight g6. I think that is better, knight g6. Then it is now defended. There, knight g6, bishop g3, then bishop e7, then black will just castle and rook c8, then later rook e8, controlling c and e files. Then that will be a easy win for black. d5. Okay, I think knight d4. Knight d4, then knight e6. Okay, rook d3. Okay, bishop e7, covering the e file. Bishop e7. Okay, rook c8. Okay, now rook a d1, uh, battery on the d file. Okay, rook c5, then b4, I guess. If rook c4, but still, after b4, rook c4, it will be a bad idea for white to capture on d5. So, okay, that's good. Knight d4, threatening knight e6, forking the queen and the rook on c5. Okay, knight e5, threatening the rook. Okay, now let's take. Okay, knight d4, knight e5, rook d2, bishop d6, knight e6, queen a5, knight takes e5, bishop takes, rook takes. Okay, white is still fighting. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's see if bishop b6, defending the d8 square. Okay, rook c1, rook c1 for white, but I don't know. That will be a bad idea because of bishop takes f2. If bishop takes or king takes, then queen takes c1. Okay, so I think h3, then king h2. Okay, mm, white just retreated. Rook d2. Okay, that's good. Oh, I put king f7. Okay, rook d7 is not a good idea. Okay, if rook d7, of course, queen takes d7, rook takes, then knight takes, then that will be easy. Okay, h3, making a way for the white king to avoid the back rank mate. There, queen c6. Okay, king h2, then I think knight c4 or I think rook e8, controlling the e file. There, that is good. Rook c2, pinning the bishop. Then maybe with some, okay, then later before attacking the bishop. b4. Okay, but it's still black's move. Queen b6. Okay, knight c4. Okay, but okay, if b3, then knight a3. Knight a3, threatening the rook on c2. Then after retreating, okay, no, that's not b4. Okay, knight f3. Okay, that's good. F3, G. If G takes f3, then queen takes f3, threatening the rook on d1. Then maybe with some rook e2. Okay, rook b1, then bishop b6. Of course, retreat, bishop b6. Bishop b6, yep, that's good. Okay, rook d2, I think, then rook e2. Rook e2, rook takes queen. Okay, rook b3. Threatening the queen on f3. Okay, that's a good idea. Okay, queen takes b3. That's good. Simplifying. Simplifying the game. F8 takes b3, then rook takes d2. Then that is easy to win. Okay, rook takes d2, then rook b2. Rook, then grab all the pawns, then pick a promotion. Okay, h4. Okay, that's g6. Okay, I think maybe is planning f5. Okay, bishop takes f2. Bishop takes, then rook takes. Okay, they're in time trouble. Okay, rook b2. Capture all the pawns. Okay, now white resigned. Okay, here it's Lucky Chess 66 versus Georgina Kate. Okay, Georgina is black here. Okay, I think queen h4 or c5 or d6. As we can see, white is a pawn up, but his pawns are overextended. Okay, so d6, then f4, then bishop f5. Black will be ahead in development. d6, f4, then bishop f5. Okay, still good. Of course, there are no further moves than knight a6. I think d6 is better earlier. Bishop g7, f4, d6, capture, bishop takes, then c takes d6. Okay, black will just castle right now. Castle is a better move. Castle. Okay. Then I think white will go g3, bishop g2, then castling kingside. Okay, but if g3, then I think f6 is a good move. Okay, now you should not castle in an open file unless you can defend it very well, but I don't think. Okay, black rook b8, putting pressure on the b file where the king is. Okay, there, queen h4, but I think bishop g3, then white is fine. Okay, bishop g3, then okay, queen d2. Maybe white is planning to trap the queen with bishop g5. If queen h5, then bishop e2. Yeah, uh, black's queen might be trapped if she didn't retreat. Okay, h6, preventing bishop g5, bishop d3. Okay, rook b8, just put, okay, d6, capture, then bishop takes. Then white will be a two pawn up. Bishop takes, rook d8. Okay, rook d8, then if bishop g3, oh no, I think queen f4 is much simpler. If bishop g3, queen e7, then queen b7, try to pressure the b file. Okay, bishop g3, then queen e7 or queen f6. Okay, black offered a draw. Of course, white declined because he has a connected pass pawn here. Okay, but yeah, if black can put pressure on the b file, then he might have a, she might have a chance to win. Bishop takes c3. Oh no, you shouldn't have captured that. You should not capture because the knight is doing nothing yet. Okay, bishop g4. White will just answer f3. The queen has nowhere to go. After f3, retreat. Okay, that's good. Queen f6. Okay, queen f6, then threatening bishop e5, threatening mate. Bishop e5. But uh I think black might survive here with king f8, queen g7. Not sure because these are pair bishops. Then with the rook, okay, bishop e5, threatening queen g7. Of course, there's no other solution but to move the king to f8. Okay, let's see. Queen g7, king e8. Okay, that's still good. Rook takes d1. The queen is doing nothing here. Okay, if queen g7, let's see. King e8, rook e1. King, queen takes. Okay. Okay, that's good. Trying to g5, h takes, then black might have a chance here. Only if white captures. Okay, that's good. Bishop f5. Controlling the escape squares of the king, of the black king. That's good. Okay, g takes h4. Still hoping for an exchange. Queen g7. Of course not. Queen h8. Okay, that's good. Okay, that will be mate. d6, rook takes, then bishop takes, then that's a mate. Very good. Okay, okay, here Super C Star versus Roaring Ryan Lion. Okay, okay, black is a pawn up. In his last move is rook a b8, threatening the pawn on b2 earlier. Knight c4, and it leaves the pawn on e4 hanging. Okay, knight takes e4, threatening the bishop on g5 and the rook on f2. Okay, white has no choice, yes, but to capture, then retreat the bishop on e3. Or I think better if king. Okay, fine. Because I'm thinking if king takes bishop e3, then d5, then bishop, then d5. Yep, bishop e7, rook f2, f2, king g1, then bishop f3, forming a mate, forming a mating net. Okay, bishop f3, then check, king f1, knight g3, king e1. Okay, I think that will be a mate in few moves. Okay, knight e3, then rook e2, rook e2, then knight g3. Okay, rook takes b2. But rook f1, that will be very dangerous for black because after black will, if in case black retreats the bishop, then he's the one who will get mated. Okay, rook f1. Okay, good thing white didn't see that. Knight c4. That's supposed to be in a move earlier. when the knight is on e3, rook e2 with the tempo, then later knight g3, then rook g2 mate. Okay, now rook f1. Okay, that will be very dangerous for black in case white moves rook f1. Okay, king f1 doesn't do any good. King f1 because knight g3, king g1, then rook g2, checkmate. There. Okay, let's analyze. See, rook takes b3 is a blunder because rook f1, then black will be forced to give the bishop. Okay, so I think rook e2 is better. Rook e2, then if knight c4, then knight g3, threatening rook g2, checkmate, and threatening the bishop on e7. Okay. Okay, here Super C Star versus Lucky Chess 66. Okay, as we can see, black is very cramped and he's also a piece down. King h8, then f6. Okay, white has a connected pass pawn in the center. Okay, and that is unstoppable. As we can see, black can't do anything here. Okay, e7 threatening the rook and the bishop is activated. Okay, knight takes c6, bishop b7. Okay, but d7. Okay, after knight takes c7, I think e7 is the next move. If rook g8, then knight d8 threatening knight f7. Check. e7. Okay, but it's still black's move. Black to move. Okay, e7. Okay, knight e7 is still good. Threatening, I think, threatening to capture the bishop on c8. Even white will give up the queen. See, if knight takes, rook takes, queen takes, then takes c8, and there, double connected pass pawn is still strong. No? After the exchange, capture, then e7. I mean d7 first. If queen d8, then e7. Okay, bishop b1, king h1, knight g6, forking the rook, forking the king and the rook. Okay, knight g6 or maybe queen f5. f5 threatening mate on h7, leaving black no choice but to go f6. I mean g6. Then knight takes g7. Knight takes g6. Okay, king g7, knight takes g6. Knight takes. knight takes. Of course, knight takes f8. Okay, still good. Knight e7. If only black moved king g7, then white would really capture the rook. Okay, now this is a different case. Knight e7 check, king g7, then checkmate, and it's a win for white. There. Okay, here Georgina Kate versus Rihanna. Okay, Georgie just played d4, but um, in doggy file, it's not good. Okay, black should have captured the d4 pawn. Okay, queen takes a6. Okay, h3 is also good. Bishop e6. Bishop h5 is a bad move because of g4, trapping the bishop on h5. Since there's a pawn on g6, black cannot escape. g4, there. Now the bishop is trapped. Okay, queen d6. Okay, capture. G takes h5. Then rook a d1. Okay, queen takes a6. Now white is a piece up. Okay, king h7. Planning to attack on the g file. Okay, that's good idea. But instead of queen e7, queen e6 is better. Threatening the pawn on h3. And at the same time, defending the pawn on c6. Okay, there, bishop g7. But I think better is rook g8. There, rook d7, bringing the rook on the 7th rank. I think after queen e8, guess knight g4 to knight f5. But knight h4, rook d8, attacking the rook, and it's pinned. It's pinned by a queen. Okay, that's good. Battery on the d file, and at the same time controlling the 7th rank. Okay, bishop f6. White will just capture. Queen takes f6. And then continue with the pawn. Knight h4, then knight f5, then rook g8, king h1. Then white is safe from any harm. Okay, king h1. Then continue the plan. Okay, now not knight h4, but rook takes f7. There. Rook takes f7, queen takes. Then after capture, then okay, still queen g7. Think, I think better if you put another rook on the 7th rank. Okay. Then now rook takes g7, knight h4, then knight f5. Okay, knight takes e5, then battery. Okay, sumobra. Okay, now that is really winning for white. Then check. Okay, now he resigned. I mean, she resigned. Okay, that let's see the top 10. Let's see the top 10. Roaring Ryan Lion from Australia. Lucky Chess 66, I think also from Australia. Super Sea Star, also from Australia. Georgina Kate from Philippines, one of the legacy students. Okay, now the tournament is now finished. Good games. Sleepy Squid. Sleepy Squid also from Australia. BC Fragile Boy still playing. Natalia Jose. Kyle Jose from Legacy. Broadstar. Ninth from Australia. And 10th, Rihanna, one of the Legacy. Wait. Okay, that's it. Good games, everyone. Congratulations. First to third from all of them from Australia. The one, two, three. Okay, that's a good game, and see you next time. See you on the next play date.